Good morning, class 9 English. Today I am going to cover long answer questions from the chapter The Beggar. Ready, children? Question number 1. Sergey says, I am so happy that my words have taken effect. Why does he say so? Is he right in saying this? Answer. He says this when he sees Lashkov at the theatre and learns that he had improved his life greatly. He was no longer a drunkard and beggar. Instead, he had become a notary, earning 35 rubles a month. Sergei feels that he is responsible for this change in Lashkov, and that the beggar changed his ways because of the scolding he had given him for begging and deceiving people. He is right to some extent, because he had hurt Lashkov's pride and also offered him actual work, chopping wood and other odd jobs, which allowed him to earn money honestly. However, the real credit for Luskov's change went to Sergei Skuk, who had actually done all the work that Lushkov was supposed to do. Her selflessness, empathy and concern for his well-being had made such a deep impression on Lushkov that he had changed his ways. Question number 2. Both Sergei and his cook were kind to the beggar. Compare and contrast their characters and the effect they had on Lushkov. So children, such type of questions are very important. Answer. Sergei was a wealthy advocate with a kind heart. He appears to be a practical man who tries to stop Lushkov from begging by giving him an alternative method of earning a living. He is also resourceful as he keeps engaging Lushkov in different tasks, which are helpful for both the beggar and him. In the end, he sends him to his friend, who needs someone to do some copying work. This helps the man to get a stable job and make a decent living. At first, he takes the credit for the beggar's transformation, but later he is humble enough to accept that though he provided the opportunity, it was his cook Olga who deserved the credit for inspiring the beggar to change. The cook, on the other hand, is the most noble and compassionate character in the story. Initially, she appears to be angry with the arrival of the beggar and seems to ill-treat and abuse him. In reality, however, she is the one person she is one performs all the tasks for the beggar and lets him take the credit and money for them. She is empathetic to the extent that she cries seeing the state the beggar is in and his fate if he continues to be a wastrel and drunkard. It is her selflessness and compassion that brings about a change in the beggar's character. Because of her empathy, he is able to remain sober and starts working hard, becoming a notary, earning a stable salary within 2 years. She is thus able to save the life of the beggar, even though she isn't actually aware of the profound effect she has on him, and never takes any credit for what she has done. So this was the answer, children. Question number 3. During their conversation, Lushkov reveals that Sergei's cook is responsible for the positive change in him. How did Olga save Lushkov? Answer. Olga, Sergei's cook, would react to Lushkov's appearance at the house by shouting at him, but soon she would grow sad looking at his face and start weeping. She would remind him that she was a since he was a drunkard, he would burn in hell, and this thought would make her cry again. Finally, seeing that he did not have the energy and ability to do the task he was supposed to, she herself would chop all the wood for him. Her concern and worry for him changed Lashkov. He stopped drinking and worked hard to improve his life. So, question number 4. Bad habits ruin a person. Lashkov turned to begging because of his drinking habit. How does this habit ruin him? What lesson do you learn from his life? Answer. Lashkov was a middle-aged man. He was a beggar. He used to beg in a polished manner. Once he pretended to be a school teacher, next time he presented himself as a student. In fact, he was a singer in a Russian choir. He was sent away for his drunkenness. He was a man ruined by his drinking habit, which turned him to begging. His drinking habit made him physically and mentally incapable. He was so weak that he could not do any work offered by Olga or Sergei. He had to compromise with his self-respect. He had to feel ashamed of his habits. He had to beg. Bad habits initially may give pleasure, which is temporary, but they bring disrepute, humiliation, and ruin to a person in the long run. So, important question, please write in your classwork neatly. Question number 5. Don't offer a fried fish to a hungry boy. Help him learn how to catch and fry a fish. Do you think Sergey believed in this statement? What would have happened to Lashkov if Sergey had given him money rather than offering him work? Answer. The best way to help a needy person is to help him in learning a trade. If we keep on offering food to a beggar, he or she becomes a permanent beggar. We should always try to find a work for them so that they learn to earn and live a dignified life. When Lashkov approached Sergei, he was a beggar. Sergei could have given him money, but he wanted him to work to live a dignified life. His help in the form of money would have made him a permanent beggar living a miserable life, but his offer of work changed his life forever. So, it is true that we should not offer a plain fish to a hungry boy. We should help him learn how to catch and fry a fish. So, this was the answer of this question. Please do complete in your classwork. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.